Welcome inside the bell house.
I hate puppies.
Good podcast.
I feel threatened.
National Geographic does have the best
Instagram account? Yeah.
They're made for it, right?
Yes.
They always
It's
were.
amazing.
Yeah, it's like
I'm
Ansel
not on
Adams. is
Instagram.
dead.
I'm
You're not
that
on
guy.
Instagram?
No, I'm not. I
I'm
feel like
literally
I'm too
never
old.
on
I
it.
feel like I'm too old. Like I'm not hip enough to be on Instagram.
If you're on Instagram, just follow at ITPH Podcast.
And that's all you need.
It's really all you need because once a month they kill it.
Yeah.
That's about right.
Hey, if they
Unfortunately.
start giving us some reviews like we've been asking for the past few weeks.
Oh, Troy's back. Round 2.
More reviews, people.
I like it.
That
How
should
about
go
more
without saying.
subscribers?
Yes, that too.
More subscribers,
shares.
more listens.
All that shit.
I got to be honest. We could use some help. We could
Did
use
you like how
It would motivate me.
I need some motivation? Did you like how I shared the last episode from a couple weeks ago?
Yeah, when you literally said listen to it or don't, I don't care. Yeah. I can see the shift occurring in your stance on this. But you know what? That episode to me, the strawberry suck,
Yeah,
I wasn't really happy with the episode. I hated the deli,
yeah,
like across the board. You know, every once in a while you're going to have episodes that are flat.
yeah,
That one felt flat to me. Now,
It
Stu
did.
listened back to it and said it was funny.
yeah.
Does he know funny?
No.
That's a good point.
But it,
We shouldn't go. Stu should not be our barometer for funny. Right?
Fair
That's
point.
what we're saying.
it's a fact. Yeah, I don't know.
I
that
listened
episode-
Or at a
back to
grain
it.
of salt. We'll call it grain of salt at a minimum, right?
Well, what'd you think? You listened back to it.
I listened back to all of them because I need to bump the numbers. I mean, it wasn't. It probably was not as bad as you and I thought it was when we finished it. Probably.
Did you just have a sip over
I
there?
really like that.
Did you just have a sip of that?
I did.
Yeah, Brendan just gave.
Holy shit, I
all-
really like this.
I didn't even want to do a deli with it.
That's at least a 4.
I was like, just have one.
I
of
like
those.
this.
Just have one.
Dude, that's delicious.
Isn't that the weirdest damn thing in the world?
What is going on right? What's in this?
Yoo-hoo, I think. Yeah. I don't know.
Did I shake it enough?
I don't know, dude. The whole thing is so foreign, right?
I haven't had a Yoo-hoo in years, but I remember not liking Yoo-hoo, so I would say this is better than a Yoo-hoo.
Isn't that the weirdest thing?
I've got to find out what's in here.
5% alcohol. I know that.
You want to tell everybody what we're
Dude.
drinking?
And it's got 30 milligrams of caffeine in it.
Contains milk.
Obviously,
malt
it contains
beverage
milk.
with natural and artificial flavors.
Yeah,
contains
I didn't even
milk.
make that be a deli because I was like,
That's a home run.
yeah, it's stupid. That
Well,
is-
if you're like a white Russian,
yeah,
like
You haven't even said
Yoo-hoo
what we're
fan,
drinking.
because they don't deserve to know until someone
right.
until someone reviews.
sends a review.
We'll tell you at the end of the
That would be
episode.
funny if we started doing that. Oh, this is amazing.
This is the best one ever.
Doesn't
It's the-
say shit.
The first 5.
This would be a deli.
For sure. I can tell you right now that's getting a 4.5 to
But
me.
it ain't. It's not a beer.
It's not?
I don't know what that is.
You just handed it to me. You should know what it is.
I know it's good. I know it's all right. So what we've got in our hands here, I didn't even want to make this the deli because,
It's not. We still have a deli, right?
yeah, I had one the other day. I had one of these. I walk into a Wegmans at noon.
In all honesty, this thing is so. The words on it don't make any sense. I never would think to buy it because I would think this is not going to be good.
So I knew this was coming out because it had been sent into the podcast by multiple listeners long ago.
Really?
Like when it was first announced they were coming out with it. And I was like, that is interesting. I want to try that.
Right.
And so,
Well, it's in the hip new can.
yeah. So I was walking through Wegmans
Dildo cans.
and I'm walking over and I'm just grabbing one. Like I wanted to see if it was out. I was just going to grab one, not for lunch, but
Wink, wink.
yeah. So I'm like, man. Oh, I was like, sweet. They got the new PBR hard coffee, which is what we're drinking here, the new PBR hard coffee. And I was like, oh, sweet. They got it. And I guess the PBR guy, the rep, was standing right there. And you know, like how they set up like wine tastings and stuff in Wegmans. Guys, like, you want to try it? We got a couple that are iced right now. The guy takes me over there, cracks it, pours some out. My wife and I take a drink of it, and I was like, "Holy crap!
Yeah,
that is a Yoo-hoo
yeah,
in a can." And
Right.
and I was like, "Well, is there any caffeine in it, or is it just hard coffee, like a flavor?" And they were like, "No, your average cup of coffee has about 90 milligrams of caffeine. This has 30." So we really did make it with coffee, but then we added the booze and then the cream and all that, and it kind of cuts it down. So like you'd have to drink 3 to get the effect of a cup of coffee. And I was like, yeah, but after 3 of these, I'm going to be in a very different space than like I'm waking up.
right.
But
It tastes a lot like those. If you've ever had the Starbucks, like a French vanilla cold coffee,
Yeah,
that's exactly what it tastes
Frappuccino.
like. Yeah.
this falls right in that Frappuccino.
or a
slash-
7-Eleven iced coffee.
Oh, I meant when I said Starbucks, I didn't mean the ones at Starbucks. I meant the ones you buy at the store.
Yeah,
that
yeah,
are
yeah.
the little ones. Yeah.
the little weird shaped
Yeah.
bottles.
Yes, exactly.
This thing's ridiculous. Isn't
Yeah.
it?
It's really good.
It doesn't make sense. It's got the big Pabst Blue Ribbon, and then it's
I
like
know.
hard coffee. You're like, how could that? Have you
If
pulled
you-
one
if-
out?
You just need to take the
Does it
PBR.
look like coffee?
It does. I look at the rim. You need to take the PBR out of your brain.
Yeah.
Like,
Immediately.
Yes.
Because they've decided to go do something very different. Now, how many of these, the Harpoon Dunkin' beer,
Yeah.
we did the DELI, we just did another coffee beer very recently that was made with high brew coffee. It was the one by Harpoon.
Yeah.
No. It was New Belgian did it with the high brew.
That's right.
And
We even
they're
like
making it really easy to be an alcoholic.
these
Yes.
days, it's easier
Right.
than ever.
In the morning. Yeah.
Yeah, and this is for alcoholics that want a coffee.
Yeah.
I mean,
Like
this
me.
is phenomenal.
Yeah. It
And-
is.
and-
Isn't this basically like what Camel did with the
Camel Joe.
and like candy cigarettes allegedly did? Like
right.
this is like teenage drunk fest right here.
Mm-hmm.
Like
Now there's a little flavor. I mean, if I can be critical of this ridiculously tasty beverage, there is a weird alcohol aftertaste that'll come in about halfway through the can. You'll notice that you'll just start picking up on. Oh wait, that must be the booze, because the first sip, you taste nothing but chocolatey, vanilla-y, coffee-ish goodness.
Yeah.
It's phenomenal.
It
I mean,
is
this
really
is
good.
Stupid. So
it's in one of those skinny 11-ounce cans that
So was I right to say we don't even have to do a DELI? This wins a DELI.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I think we all agree that's flavorful.
Yeah.
That's why
That's
I
amazing.
was like, we don't even need to do a full review. That's tasty.
What if you drank 6 of those though? Like, how would you feel?
fat?
It's the same thing with
Or-
White Russians. I'm like,
Yeah.
I wish I could drink 5 of them, but I can't.
Yeah, it's
You
too
know?
much cream. Too.
Yeah.
But now you can go get a White Russian
right.
in a can, and you
Yeah.
can have one at any time.
I'm sure it's probably 0.5 carbs.
Oh, there's no way this has carbs in it.
It's probably 0, right?
I mean, the number 2 ingredient has got to be sugar.
Right. Has to be. There's
It doesn't say on here, so it's got to be
They
somewhere.
put
on
it
the-
in
the
a
box.
skinny can to make you think it's one of those skinny drinks.
yeah.
It's phenomenal.
It
though.
is phenomenal.
It is really good.
Like we bought them. We bought a 4-pack and we put it in the house.
Do they come in 4-pack? I was going to
Yeah,
ask. Like,
4-packs.
and what's it cost?
More than a PBR. Like it's it's like
For like $5, $6.
no, it's like $10
for 4 of them.
Yeah, it's
wow.
It's a pricey.
Really?
I think so. It's a pricey,
That's like microbrew prices.
and it's a PBR,
I know that. Well, that's why I thought it was going to be less.
Wow.
but no one else is doing it.
But it's weird because PBR makes shitty beer, which I do enjoy their shitty beer. But this is a malt beverage. So, like you said, like the PBR doesn't even make sense. Why even put that on there? They should put like,
You know what though? It's coffee. It's booze. It's very hipster. I think they're just going for that. You know, like PBR should be front and center
Yeah.
because they're hip. PBR is very, very hip these days.
well, especially in Richmond.
Yeah, I mean we claim it as
Yeah.
our beer. You know, the people's beer of Richmond, which is not what PBR stands for. People, it's Pabst Blue Ribbon.
Yes, because it won blue ribbons back in the day.
When beer was trash,
Yeah,
you know, when it was like who's gonna win, Schlitz, PBR,
Yeah.
or
hams.
Hams?
Yeah.
PBR.
Hams again.
Runaway winner hams.
Right.
Yeah, this is amazing.
Isn't that stupid? It's so much fun. So I figured I'd start us off with a little upper downer.
Taker downers, upper downers.
Just taker downers.
Taker
Just to get us going. But Troy, you actually brought up an interesting point. It's getting easier and easier for people to drink. Or Ely, I think it was you that brought it up. How it's so much easier to drink these days. Like you can go get a Yoo-Hoo that has booze in it. You can get a seltzer. You can get all these different things that are really easy entry points to drinking alcohol these days.
Yeah, because when we were kids and we wanted to get drunk, we had to drink
gin.
Yeah, gin. Like you either raided your hard liquor cabinet, which when you think about it, when you were a kid, you didn't even know what to do, so you're just drinking it.
Yeah.
Or you had shitty beer. It wasn't even good beer. Like
no, it's the Budweiser out of the fridge.
Yeah, your
which
parents
turns
had
out to be the best.
Miller Genuine Draft or something. Like you're not even drinking a microbrew.
That was my first beer,
an
MGD, and I remember thinking, well, I'll never be a beer drinker because this is awful.
Yeah.
And I had 4 and was like, oh my gosh, I get it.
Yeah, now you just go in your fridge and grab a lemon lime seltzer.
Yeah.
Like, okay.
So a byproduct of this.
I'm telling you, a kid could drink one of these PBR. Like, especially the teens nowadays that have been raised on Starbucks. And like Ely was saying, those little frozen Frappuccino bottles. Like, if you've had more than one of those Frappuccino bottles, you could drink that.
If you can have a Frappuccino, you can have this.
Yeah.
It's no more difficult to swallow than a Frappuccino.
Yeah.
So children will love it. Oh, you already put it out there.
Yeah.
See, this is how you know Ely likes it. The episode will be out in 2 weeks from this moment, and it's already on Instagram. He's like, sold, deli winner.
For sure.
It's that good. I mean, it's so tasty.
Yeah.
But so this is causing all these kind of bullshit drinks are causing major ripples in the booze industry. And you sent an article earlier in the week about how wine prices are plummeting.
Yeah, I know you're a big wine drinker, so
This is.
Have you noticed this prior to this article?
I have noticed that it's easier to get deals on wine.
Really?
I didn't realize that it was systemic of the industry. I didn't know that.
Is the art so? I haven't read this article, don't know shit about it. But is that just because there's so many seltzers and shit like this that are appealing to people?
The first thing they hint at in the article was allegedly because of the wine boom a few years ago, they started to plant more grapes, and there's an abundance of grapes, which has dropped the price. I think that's a front in that the seltzer market is blowing the fuck up, and it used to be all the gals got together and drank their wine because no one wanted to drink your Coors Lights or your Budweisers. Now you have 14. I mean, who knows how many people are in the seltzer field now?
And there's no laws when you're drinking claws.
Everybody knows that.
But you're actually right. So I'd read into some other articles about it, and because I had to take a massive earlier so I could study the podcast, and that was part of it. So I guess for the last 25 years, wine has grown at the same incremental amount every year, to the point that they're like, this gravy train will never end. We're getting more and more drinkers.
Which it's a great point, because when you just have IPAs and regular beers, it's either you're a beer drinker or you're a wine drinker.
Yeah.
So when you find something else to come in and you start sucking up that market, that's got to go away.
And you can see how much it's affected the beer market, or
because
all
they're
these
making all that
brewers
shit.
wouldn't start making this shit.
Yeah.
So when they saw it start to go away, they're like, well, how do we fix the glitch?
Right.
So they started making all the seltzers. Well, the wine industry hasn't found a way to shift from that grape-created booze. And I guess this growth...
They should make scissor.
Purple drank.
It'll sell pretty well.
Has some Robitussin in it. Yes. Start partying.
Have you tried
more Robitussin?
Have you tried the new Camus scissor? It's
Dude,
fantastic.
that would make winery trips next level.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Wandering in the woods and shit.
Hey, that guy's foaming at the mouth over there.
Yeah. There's a dude swimming in the creek.
He tried the new Scissor Cabernet. It's phenomenal.
Right. Exactly.
So they were basing everything on this growth trajectory that hasn't slowed. So because of that, to Troy's point, they started making more and more grapes, knowing that it'll keep up with the demand. So you have all of these places that aren't necessarily wineries; they're just grape growers. And they have them all over California. Even if you go out here in Virginia, they're everywhere.
Yeah.
These people just grow grapes. Virginia Tech is one of the largest growers of grapes because they let the students come in and practice on different kinds of grapes, and then they sell them off to all this stuff. So you have all these different ways to get grapes that aren't necessarily your winery.
Did our buddy Chris tell you about the winery club that has the people go pick them for him?
No.
That's
Dude,
genius.
it's so genius. It's like he was telling me that basically there's a winery and they have a club, and as part of
You get to pay to be part of it.
You pay to be part of it. You get extra shit, and annually they have a party, and you get to experience picking, and then they make lunch for you.
Brilliant.
It's so brilliant. Like your labor. You don't have to hire this labor. Now you have all your customers that don't get to do it.
All these bougie motherfuckers that don't know how to work a day in their
Yes.
And somebody's like,
That's
gotta
so
find a
brilliant.
way to
This is
undercut.
fun.
Yeah. Right. I hear they have crackers for us back at the house.
I hope they're oyster.
That's right. It is awesome. That is so brilliant, dude.
That is the best thing I've
Yes,
ever heard.
because it works on basic people.
Fucking
Well, because
Scrooge McDuck
migrant
just
workers
swimming in
cost-
his
Yeah,
fucking
he
gold
is.
coins.
Yeah.
Fucking laughing.
Right.
Ugh.
They're coming this year to pick our grapes.
Here come the buses of honkies to pick the grapes.
Right, yeah. Patagonia and tumblers.
Are you really going to wear those Birkenstocks today?
Right.
Put on a pair of Merrells. Oh, but so apparently they've been growing to that point now. And now there's a glut of grapes that are coming into the market, and they can't sell the stuff. And a big part of it is because millennials in particular aren't gravitating to wine because they've always had seltzers and things like this PBR hard crap.
Yeah.
And a seltzer's actually lower calories and
Yeah.
everything. So you're like, oh my gosh, like why wouldn't I be doing this? And then breweries, kind of the upstart of the craft beer scene, started pulling more people away where they can go, ooh, I'm getting notes of whatever the fuck. And so
Well, beer's gotten away from tasting like beer, so now
Yeah.
Right.
the
So-
people who don't like beer can now still go to a brewery and they've made a cider or some other weird.
Yep. So you have this
flavored something.
perfect storm of way too much supply and demand for the first time constricted and went down in this past year. But the harvest was bigger. And 2018 apparently was one of the largest production years ever. Like it just worked really well, like across the country. And so that created a whole influx. And the wine industry, it's years behind from the time you start growing the grapes to the time you harvest the
Yeah.
grapes to then you bottle it. So if they want to right the ship, it's too late already.
Yeah.
It's the exact inverse of
You make a lot of raisins.
Welch's is going to be next to nothing.
Exactly.
It's literally the inverse of what's happening to the Japanese whiskey market.
Yeah.
They didn't make enough because they bottled that stuff 20 years ago based on trajectories. Then that stuff started getting popular. Now it's in demand. The prices are skyrocketing
Yeah.
because the supply's not there, and it won't be right till 12 years.
Which it could be wrong in 12 years.
Yeah. So now
'Cause you
they've
don't
made a
know.
bunch hoping that the demand
Yeah.
will stay the same. Well, that's where the wine industry is. So they're dropping in prices, and I'd only noticed it to your question. I'd only noticed it like on sales. I'd be like, "Wow, that's a really good deal. Like,
Yeah.
I can get that bottle usually costs more." Where I have noticed it a whole lot is in Prosecco's, and that's only because my wife drinks so much Prosecco that I've been buying the same like 5 brands of Prosecco for 10 years, and a bottle that used to be $20 is now $12.99 everywhere I go.
Wow.
Everywhere I go. So I'm like, and so it's my favorite one, but it was a $20 bottle. Now I'm getting it on the cheap. I feel like I'm getting a deal. I had no idea it was because demand had dried up and they're having to get competitive again.
Yeah.
Well, you gotta
Gravy
think-
train is over.
Well, yes, but you got to think the wine industry will take this hit. There will still be a certain amount of bougie motherfuckers out there that have to have wine and high-end wine. So,
Of course.
I mean, they'll be okay, but maybe they
Yeah,
won't be
for
growing
sure.
like they have been.
But my wife is exclusively a wine drinker.
Yeah,
She asked me to go get a 4-pack of this.
nice.
Now she's asking me to pick up the occasional hard seltzer 12-pack.
Yeah.
Put in the so in my universe of one, my survey of one, you've noticed that there's been this shift.
Well, my wife is not a big drinker and not a big wine drinker, but she got off that alcohol and she did like Rieslings. And that's whenever we would have a party, I'd have to go get a bottle of Riesling.
Okay.
But now it's exclusively hard seltzer. Like
Yeah.
that's
See?
what it is.
Even I, for the first time this weekend, went out to go get beer and walked out with a 12-pack of seltzer and no beer.
Wow.
I've never done that before. I mean, there's tons of beer in the house, so I
Yeah.
wasn't going without. But I was like, you know what?
I'm not totally fruity.
Yeah. Let me put on my derby and go pick
Yeah.
up some hard
Put your
seltzer.
derby on, your scarf, hopped in the Miata,
Right.
put the seltzer in
It's
the.
got razor blades in it, though.
You know, when you guys say it, do I suck? I'm starting to wonder if I suck. You know,
You'll never wonder that, dude.
You're right.
As it
I
makes
know
you
I
great.
rule.
Yeah.
I know I'm awesome.
Exactly. We wouldn't have these jokes if you had any doubt.
If we describe,
Yeah.
if we describe Brendan to Brendan, he'd be like, "Who's that nerd?"
Yeah, that guy sucks, dude.
Exactly.
That
And
guy-
you guys hang out with this dude?
Yeah.
That guy's probably
Let's go
doing
find
it
him
to
and
me.
kick the shit out of him.
Yeah. Where, he lives over here?
No way.
In this
Yeah.
neighborhood,
Right.
I should know better.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is weird. If you look at me on paper, I'm not a fan. But every morning I wake up and look in the mirror and go, I like what you've done with yourself.
Right. Yeah.
He is wearing a beanie right now too, just to top it
And I'm
all off.
sweating. I'm literally sweating
Yeah.
over here. I just have to take off my sweatshirt. It's so hot in here.
You got to commit to the cause,
You
man.
do, man.
Yeah.
At least it's a nectar beanie.
It's a lifestyle.
These are 15 or 30% off if you
Yeah.
drop ITPH in the coupon.
Nice.
And when I
Nice.
was buying this PBR today, just to give a little shout out to another Richmond podcaster, I didn't know this was going to be her. I'm standing there and this girl busts my balls. She goes, "I haven't tried that because why would anyone pay that much for a PBR?" And I was like, "Valid point, friend."
Yeah.
I'm like, "But I do a podcast and we review beers, and I just think this would be a good one." And she said, "Oh, what podcast?" I was like, "Oh, we're called Inside the Pallet House." She's like, "I know you guys. Yeah, I've talked
Hell
to you
yeah.
guys." And I was like, "Really?" And she's like, "I'm Moxie LaBouche."
Yeah, she
And I'm
does your
like,
brain on facts.
Yeah, she does your
Yeah.
brain on facts. That's
Yeah.
another local Richmond podcast. So I ran into her today, and she was busting my balls. So I kind of like her because
Nice.
without any hesitation, she
Of
was
course,
like,
because she's busting his balls.
Yes.
"It is how
Right.
I feel love."
That's right.
It's very
Yeah.
odd. I'm
I
like,
like you.
yeah, I'm like, you seem to really dislike me.
Yeah.
You don't want to go get a sandwich?
Want to
or
hang?
something? Yeah.
Right.
You get me.
Yeah. You would love our show.
So shout out to Moxie, over there at Your Brain on Facts. I thought that was
Nice.
cool. She's celebrating her 100th episode.
Oh, that's
Good
awesome.
on her. That's
Yeah.
cute.
Yeah, I know. I actually, when she said that, I kind of like went up to her. I was like, "Yeah, we're on year 6,
Yeah, we're 250-ish.
but that's good."
Yeah,
no,
but
she's.
She must be cranking out content though, because she just started like,
That's the thing. Isn't her podcast only like a year old?
yeah. So she's doing several
2
a
a
week.
week.
Yeah.
She's killing it. Good on her. And I know that she's like prolific in the community for like going on other people's shows.
Yeah,
Oh,
we
yeah.
almost had her on here once, if I remember correctly, but we dropped the ball or something.
Well,
Got
Ely's in
crossed
charge
up.
of that, so I'm sure.
Yeah.
He just.
I'll get on it.
That's all right. It happens to the best of us.
She's got to be nearby
Yeah.
because she was working right around the corner.
Yeah.
So I thought that was kind of cool. And then she started like once she realized like that we were both in the game, she like started making jokes and hanging out more. And I was like, this girl is genuinely funny.
Cool. We
So-
should have her on.
Yeah, we absolutely should. And you know what she said? She said, "I love seasonal beers, and I keep my finger on the pulse of seasonal beers." She's like, "I'll keep you in mind. I'll let you know when I come across something that I think is really special for the deli."
Nice.
It's like, hell yeah. So
This was Total Wine.
yeah,
Nice.
so I was pretty happy to hear that. So yeah, she made fun of my expensive PBR, but truth is, it's kind of worth it.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Yeah, you chugged yours, Troy.
I did. It went down.
Mine's pretty much gone. One
Yeah.
sip.
I mean,
Damn.
It was like drinking
Yeah.
exactly what Ely said, that frozen Frappuccino. Not frozen, but the
Yeah.
little
Cold,
last
sweet,
bottle of
sugary
yeah.
coffee that Starbucks specializes in.
Yeah, the crappy
Yeah, when
stuff.
you think you're getting coffee,
Yeah.
it's just fucking a milkshake. I mean, they're delicious, but it is it's not a coffee per se.
Dude, have you noticed how many people are getting Kobe Bryant tattoos?
What?
Yeah, it's
Seriously.
weird.
I mean, I guess it makes sense.
But like everybody's going out getting Kobe Bryant tattoos. You think if I went down in a helicopter crash, people would be getting ITPH and Brendan tattoos? I don't think so.
I know I would, but
Thank you, Troy.
To match the one you already have?
yeah, to on the other ass cheek.
Yeah.
Nice. No, but it's crazy like how many people are doing it these
Yeah.
days. Like LeBron went out, Anthony Davis went out, got one. You see all these people getting these Kobe Bryant tattoos.
Didn't some famous person get like one on their face or something?
So that's where I think it's starting to get a little odd. Like the game got
That's who
a
it
big
was,
old
yeah.
Kobe Bryant tattoo on his face.
What?
Yeah, like a big old one with a sideways 8, and then like
Somebody else.
Infinity,
got
you mean?
yeah, yeah. It's sideways 8. It's like an 8 forever. Even LeBron says Kobe number 4 ever, and I'm like, oh,
Did it have the R or was it EVA?
I'm
I
not
bet
sure.
It was EVA.
Probably.
I started laughing at the 4,
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
I was just like, oh.
Like
All right.
a kindergartner sounds a yearbook.
But
Yeah.
apparently, like people in LA, tattoo artists are booked up 3 months out to do Kobe Bryant tattoos. Like so many people are getting Kobe Bryant tributes, and all of these people, like they're starting to be these tattoo artists that are now like getting known for doing the best Kobe tattoos.
Portrait, yeah.
Yeah, and so now everybody's like lining up. They're booked out until wine's
How do we
back.
feel about this?
Did you hear about the mural? There was a really bad mural that got like, and I saw it. It was awful.
Really?
And basically, someone was like, they covered it. They painted it over because he looked
It was
so
that
bad.
bad?
And yeah.
Well, now so Amber Rose,
Oh, that's
you know her?
psycho. Yeah.
but she's hot.
Yeah.
Like out of all the crazy and all that stuff, she is hot. Like I get that's an attractive woman.
Yeah.
She got a tattoo across her forehead
Her
that was
kids'
massive with
names.
her kids' names, like Bash and Stash
Slash.
across her forehead.
What is
And
up?
she said that when Kobe went down, she was so inspired that she went and got a face tattoo because she realized how short life is. So like
So she got her kids' names on her face because of Kobe?
because of Kobe,
It
she
literally
said-
says like slash, bash, and slash in cursive writing across her forehead.
She said she realized how like short life was and precious life was when Kobe went down. Like he's inspired all these people to make horrible decisions with face tattoos and such.
What the fuck is up with the face tattoo,
I don't
man?
know. It's not.
Am I just old and stupid and curmudgeon-y? Like, I don't understand.
So
What am I missing?
I've been trying to look into it to figure it out, and I found that most tattoo artists now will charge 4 to 5 times more because they want you to think about it.
Yeah.
Because they think it's bad for the industry.
For a face tattoo.
Yeah, they think it looks bad on them.
Well, I've talked to tattoo artists, and a lot of them don't do hands, necks, and faces because
Yeah.
there's no takebacks. Like, and that's
Exactly.
a lifestyle change. Like that could affect your day to day.
Yeah, I've been reading these articles about it, and either a tattoo artist will say no, or they'll charge an exorbitant premium to make sure that you have to think about it and don't just get some willy-nilly
It's a
tattoo.
genius way of getting richer quicker because
Yeah, because that's the other side of it.
Yeah.
Like I care about you to a point.
that's why I'm gonna charge you 5 times
'Cause
as much.
money is more important than your life.
Yeah.
So I will do it. But even
I
what
was talking to somebody about this. We may have talked about it on here about Post Malone, but did we talk? I think we have. But like, he was on the trajectory of being famous before he got a ton of face tattoos.
Yes.
And I was arguing with somebody about this, but their whole thought was that, well, he's made it.
Yeah, if you're
So now
already
you
famous,
can do that.
Yeah,
and
now
I'm
you
like,
can do
that's
whatever.
weird to me.
I think if you are famous though, you can do it. If you're a web designer, don't. You know what I mean? If you're
There
in
are
sales,
certain
stop.
professions like I might want to have a full sleeve tattoo, but I never would get one because to me it's not going to look good in my line of work or just in my day-to-day life. But if I were
Well, you
a
have
rock
multiple tattoos.
yes, but not full sleeves or anything crazy.
Sure.
But like to me if you're like a guitarist in a rock and roll band, a full sleeve is just part of the uniform.
Why wouldn't you?
Yeah, exactly.
Right. So I guess what I'm saying is that I understand that when you don't care about money and you've already made it, it would be more likely, it makes more sense. But what I'm saying is that I think that's irrelevant to that should be, in my mind, that's irrelevant to a face tattoo. Like, just because like the way you're perceived by another human doesn't change based on whether or not you have money.
Yes.
That's what I'm saying.
No,
Like,
but it won't keep you from making money if you've already made it. And I think that's the
right,
difference.
but
You don't care if you're being judged if what you don't want to lose out on is potential income. And they're not going to.
see, I don't see it that way. See, for some reason, I don't like. I see a face tattoo, whether like if you're Steve the plumber's parent or you're fucking Post Malone's mom. You fucking hate face tattoos. It doesn't matter who has how much money.
I guarantee Post Malone's mom wasn't psyched.
But that's my point, is it's like, should it be okay? Well, I can't. All right, should it be okay? Obviously, it's okay, but
I just think they all look stupid and bad.
right, that's my point.
So,
That's what I'm getting at.
money
It's
or
like,
not.
why would you? Because the fact that he was on a trajectory of making a ton of money takes that out of the equation. So he just did it because he wanted to
not?
fuck his face up.
Yeah, but I think that's part of his whole look.
But that's my point, is he was already making. He didn't need to.
No, he didn't.
He was on his way up. He had songs that were hits. He was on his way to being famous, and he's like, he's going to have a shit ton of money.
Yeah.
So he's like, cool, let me fuck my face up more.
There's street cred and face tattoos, though.
No one
Now
needs
there is,
street cred.
yeah.
I'm not arguing with you. I'm just saying that's why they're doing it.
Well, why
right?
don't you see like a Bezos have them? You know, like
Come on now.
I'm just saying, if there's like,
But wasn't the face tattoo, the very first face tattoo that ever was always the teardrop under your eye that you would get in prison to signify murder?
I'm sure the
right?
the first ones were
Some engines.
tribal that were.
Sure, but I'm saying like in the modern society.
I know like
so it's-
Eskimos get them like under on their chin and
Yeah.
stuff.
Yeah.
Like,
But I'm saying
or
it became
not
a
Eskimos,
street
that's racist.
cred thing.
yes,
Yeah, it's Inuits, right?
Yeah.
So, but it became a street cred thing. Now it's taken on kind of this other level. And I think Post Malone really changed the game with that always tired crap that he put under his eye. And it was like,
yeah.
here we go. We're going to start doing facials.
I don't
think they're
I
called
can't
facials.
understand
Now that I
it.
think about it.
Google
I
that.
guess.
Yeah, Google facial.
Yeah,
Yeah, I can't find a single face tattoo. But I like this.
I just don't. Yeah, I just don't know why. I've never seen one that looks good. I just it's bad.
Yeah, because I look at it as, if you're the most important person on the planet that everyone loves, still most people look at you like a fucking retard.
Yes.
Yes.
Doesn't matter.
Cindy
Now, whether
Crawford's
that's
song.
right or wrong, that's a separate conversation.
That is.
Because we can all agree that's probably wrong to judge somebody
For
that
sure.
way.
For sure.
But that's the way the world works.
yeah,
We don't live in a vacuum, and that's just the way that it is. Because
Yeah.
I couldn't sit here and tell you that I don't judge somebody for that.
Okay, but years ago, and I'm going back, a long way. If you saw someone with a sleeve, there would have been that kind of negative connotation, right? And now we've become completely desensitized to it, and you can meet someone with a sleeve and still think this guy could be a good financial advisor. Like we've gotten past that in some respects. Like there's less judgment to have it. I know there's probably still some in a lot of circles, but there's less. Do you think that we'll ever
because
get to that
there was
point?
a time where like sailors and bikers had tattoos.
Period.
The end. Now it's like your mom has them.
Yeah, so
Oh, we've talked about this before. It's more rare to not have tattoos.
Are we
now.
going to get to the point where you're desensitized to the face tattoo and go, this guy still could be a good financial advisor?
I would say so, because I don't see how you can go any other way.
Unless it stops soon. But I mean,
I could not see it. I mean, clearly, I can see a time where I have no. I would make the same business decision irrelevant, regardless. But like, I cannot envision a world where I don't care if my daughter marries someone that way.
Yeah.
I can't see that changing.
unfortunately, I agree with you there.
Like,
Oh, could you imagine if my daughter came home with a face tattoo? I'd feel like I fucked up somewhere.
I'd have
I
to
shouldn't have
jump
taken her
off
to
of
that
a
stupid
fucking-
Lumineers
I'm like
concert.
that with
Ruined everything ever since that day.
I mean, I'm kind of like that with face piercings, like eyebrow rings. To me, I've never seen one look good.
Oh,
Most-
but the stud in the nose?
The stud
is
in
the
the nose
sexiest damn thing
is
you
the
can do.
only
I
thing.
just saw a dude that I was in the Marine Corps with that has one of
A
those.
stud in
Yes.
the nose.
No, that's a female
Isn't that
thing.
weird?
I think of it as a female thing. I think it's actually.
That's why I said it's weird.
I think it's the sexiest female thing as far as a piercing goes. It's
That's
pretty
super
hot.
weird.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Would you have felt weird if he had a ring? Like, you know what I mean? Like an actual ring in his
Way
nose.
less.
Yeah, that's okay. Like,
Yeah, the
I
stud
understand
is
that
super feminine.
stud is feminine.
Yeah.
Ring is punk.
Yeah.
That's
But
interesting.
I do like the
Why-
Alvin Kamara fucking bullshit, though.
What's the Alvin Kamara bullshit?
Alvin Kamara has
He's
the
got,
ring
he's
through
got the.
Oh, yeah, the actual bowl ring.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's okay.
See, I think that looks awful.
It does, but
Yeah,
I
it
get
does.
The little
Okay, so
Yeah.
we're all on the same page.
But the little stud is a hot girl thing. I can't believe
A dude.
A Marine dude had that.
Crazy, isn't it?
Which nostril, right or left? That means something.
Righty-tighty.
Not the right. Oh, no.
It's like the earring back in the
Anything but
day.
the right.
Oh, don't ask, don't tell.
Yeah.
He doesn't listen, right? Because I don't want some Marine
See if I
knocking,
can
knocking
find,
the hat off my head. My derby.
You got a
What kind of
picture
hat's he wearing?
Oh, no. He's wearing my Peaky Blinders hat,
That is
too.
great.
He is.
Yeah.
Well, then I'm going to get one, too.
That is weird.
It actually doesn't look too bad.
No, he looks all right.
Yeah.
You're halfway there. You got the hat
Yeah.
And I've got a nose.
and the beard.
Well, you can't wear that hat without a beard. I stand by that.
That's
Yeah.
true.
I
All the
think
Peaky
there's-
Blinders do, though.
Yeah, but they're from the 20s.
Yeah.
I'm from the 20s now. You know what? I'm going to do it. I like it. But yeah, the face tattoo is a little much. And the ring in the nose. But everyone's doing this stuff for Kobe now, they're saying.
I mean, I don't know. Part of the reason I don't have any tattoos is because I'm like indecisive.
Yeah.
And I will think about the fact that if it's not something I can see myself being on board with in 40 years,
Yeah.
then
Why
I
would
can't,
I do it?
I can't
Yeah.
jump on it. You know what I mean? Like take
Yeah.
Wayne and Post Malone. How do you think when they're 50,
Yeah.
they're going to be like, this was a great decision, Dal. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because I've talked to fully tatted people who are like, I'm wishing I didn't get this one, or
Right.
This one.
Well, there's
wasn't
always
bad.
regrets.
Yeah.
There's always a couple.
or regrets.
Which is the worst one. That's the worst.
My sister had a bunch of tattoos, and she's been for years going through the process of having them removed, and they're almost all gone now.
How do they look when they're gone? Scarring?
It depends on what color they were. A lot of the darker color ones.
You can tell there was something
Yeah.
there. That's
But
unfortunate.
overall looks better than, because hers were all bad decisions. Couple $100 here, go out one night and grab one. So they look way better.
You know who looks all right nearing 50 right now? Or, yeah, probably nearing 50?
Not as good
Tyson.
as Aniston.
Tyson.
Oh.
Yeah, he was a
Mikey?
trendsetter in the face tattoo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like he was one of the very first ones to go, hey, look what I've done. And we went, whoa, dude.
Yeah.
I didn't even know you were on
And
cocaine.
he's totally sane.
For
Yeah.
sure.
But I mean, his will look okay because he's a killer.
I guess.
I think a dude like Post Malone is never going to be a killer. Like, you have to be huge. And you got to stay huge.
Yeah.
Forever. You can't just be a skinny little dude.
Yeah, I guess that's fair.
Everything looks better if you're massive. If you're intimidating.
Yeah.
You're like, okay, I'm willing to accept you, intimidating person.
Yeah.
Like a skinny.
I love face tattoos.
I take it all back.
Yeah.
It looks good on you.
I've
but
always said.
Yeah.
if you listen back to all but 6 episodes of
Right.
the podcast.
Yeah.
Yeah, because this seems to come up every so often. But
It
it's
does.
coming up more and more.
Fucking
I
grinds
just
my
don't
gears.
get when, like, those are the people that get them, and then you like, stare at them when they walk by, and they're like, what the fuck are you looking at?
Yeah. Oh, I don't know.
Yeah.
Your hair color?
Yeah, the curse of
Dummy?
writing across your fucking face.
Yeah.
Like, the ice cream cone.
And again, I go back to, like, I totally understand you not wanting people to judge you, and I agree with you. Like,
Yes.
we shouldn't. If we could find a way to not judge those people, that would be
That'd
awesome.
Yeah.
But it will not happen. Not in my lifetime. I don't know that it will ever happen. You know what I mean? It's like one of those things with race. Like,
Yeah.
I think we all want to get to the point to where race is as irrelevant as hair color. I think
Yeah.
that should be the goal of our society.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
But will that ever
Redheads
happen?
Redheads are gross.
And I love redheads.
Will that ever happen?
It
Just
can't.
because there's right. You know what I mean? I would love for it to. I
Well,
just
it'll
don't know
happen
that.
for a huge chunk of the population. There's always going to be outliers.
Well,
Yeah,
I-
clearly in everything.
the race thing has been beaten to death, and I fell out when I finally learned that African Americans are racist towards other African Americans that have darker and lighter skin. And I'm like, well, if that is the case, how is anybody ever supposed to be okay with anything? If
Yeah.
we're really going to pick apart the skin tones
Well, there's
of
the same thing. People
race,
live in Richmond. They go, oh, South Side.
Well, it's just because we're tribal, dude. That's what
exactly.
it is. You know
But
what I mean?
I'm saying that's ingrained in us.
That's my
on
point.
some level.
Yes.
So I'm agreeing with you.
Yeah.
In a perfect world, yeah, let's get rid of all of it, and it'll never be a thing. But it's It's with beer. Oh, I hate that beer. Oh, I like that beer. You know, like
Yeah.
it doesn't make sense.
Doesn't.
Speaking of beer, what did you bring over here to?
This is the Smutty Nose Pulp Session. It's a session pale ale with orange zest. It's only 3.7 alcohol, so it's light.
It's got a seal on it. Like, it's a weird looking can. Why does it have a seal on it? Is that like Smutty Nose mascot or something?
I'm not exactly sure. I've never had this beer.
Most beers are sealed when you get them.
Thank God.
Yeah.
Dad jokes. I like the name though, Pulp Session.
That's weird.
Sounds flat upon opening.
Yeah, this is weird. It's 3.7% alcohol, so it's like lower than a Bud Light or Coors Light.
Yeah.
So they're going for something very mild.
Yeah.
Sorry about that. New dog. It's still as good as ever.
It's got it's in a 16-ounce can. Where did you get this from? Total Wine, or is this from
I did. This is a Total Wine pickup. The Smutty Nose Pulp Session.
Who's the brewery?
Smutty Nose.
Do you know
Brewery.
anything about them, or you just totally grabbed it randomly?
I've had some of their beers, but they don't stand out to me in any direction.
Okay.
Is it me, or does this not have any scent to it?
It doesn't have a lot
Smelled
of
like
anything.
foot, I thought.
I can't smell it in the can.
Yeah.
Very orangey.
Yes.
Like very orangey. I don't even know. This is supposed to be like an IPA.
It's a pale ale, yeah.
So I thought for sure.
A watered down pale ale.
I thought for sure Healy would hate this because it's a pale ale, but now I don't know if he'll hate it because of the pale ale. I don't even know. I don't know which way you would go on this. This is
I don't
very
hate lots of
interesting.
things, so.
Yeah, this isn't. Yeah. Well, sure.
Yeah.
Mr.
You're
Bright.
a fucking hippie.
Mr. Brightside over here.
Exactly, right. Anybody else want to talk on the mic? Get this shit stick out of here.
Yeah.
Who was
full of
that?
love. You're full of love. I don't know. You'd like him.
Yeah,
I found something you don't hate. That guy.
right. He's awesome.
I kind of like the can to give it a stew.
Yeah.
I like what it looks like. I like what it's got going on.
It's one of the new cans that they're doing now where they have the sticker around it, not the it's not on the can per se.
Yeah, it costs a lot less.
We call that low budget.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Saving the environment.
Now, Troy, you want to try to jump in on that?
This is a good beer. I don't dislike this beer at all.
Okay.
It's got plenty of orange cut through the sour of the pale ale, and the taste is fine. I like the taste. I give it a 3.5 on taste. The one knock I'd have on it is being that it's a 3.7. I feel like you're not getting a lot of bang for your buck, being that this is a microbrew. You probably
Right.
pay top dollar for it.
Yeah, actually, this was expensive.
Really?
This was
Yeah, I
like
believe it.
$12 for a 4-pack.
They're 16-ounce cans, so they are.
Respect that.
Yeah.
Respect that.
But I'll give this a 3.5. This is good beer.
3.5? Yeah, I have a hard time.
I wouldn't buy it now that I know that it's $13 for a 4-pack. But I definitely would drink it. I'd drink more than one of them.
There's the pale ale is lost.
Mm-hmm.
There's no pale ale.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
it's
don't-
like a goza.
Yeah, I don't taste any hop, and it's a really light orangey flavor, like a really bright one, I guess. And I guess that's a positive thing. You got a really bright orangey flavor, but it's just not a lot of pale ale to it. So it lets me down in some respects. I was looking for something more like a hopwork orange, something that's going to be like more hoppy with the orange, and I'm not getting that. But what it is a refreshing, easy drinking beer, if you could call it a beer. So
yeah,
for that,
it's really light.
yeah, and I like the orange, like that. It's more like it's almost like a hard seltzer orange, kind of how it has going, but
Yeah.
like with more flavor. I think I'm with you, Troy. I'm willing to give it a 3.5, but if you're looking for a pale ale, you're going to be very disappointed. This is just like a really easy drinking orange drink.
Yeah.
So I'll give it a 3.5 in that respect, but if you're looking for a pale ale, it's a 2. But I'll give it a 3.5 overall. It's not going to get a DELI out of me.
Not that good.
Yeah, I mean, I'm pretty much in line with Troy. I enjoy it. I think it's again, it's not too bitter. It's not extra hoppy. I like the orange. Does it have any grapefruit, or am I just tasting that?
It's certainly in that ballpark.
Yeah.
Like it's less orangey,
Yeah.
more grapefruity. I'll give you that.
It's a little
'cause
more tang than
Maybe
orange.
the orange mixed with the tang of the pale ale is
Well,
what
they
that.
say they do it with orange zest. So you know the white when you shave off an orange, you know the white part. That's the pith. The pith creates like that.
Oh, okay.
So they didn't just
Yeah.
use the outside of it. I think there's some pith in there, and that's grapefruity.
Cool.
I know that from limoncello days. The pith.
Yeah.
That's all I know.
I give it a 3.5. Right where Troy is.
So we're across the board 3.5,
3.5s.
but we're not going to give it a deli.
No.
So it hasn't made it over there. So if you're looking for a deli winner out of this episode, it was actually the non-deli,
coffee, yeah.
the PBR hard coffee, and the pulp session.
But
is
we
just
do all like this beer, so it's not.
Yeah.
this will get drank,
Yeah.
not like
Drank,
that
drunk.
shit from a
Like
couple
purple
weeks
drink.
ago. The strawberry lager.
Oh, that was trash.
I reached in the fridge the other day. There were 2 of those, and I was like, I'd rather not drink.
Yeah.
Like it's that bad.
That's saying something.
Isn't that the truth? Like it's not a tasty treat.
No.
But this is all right.
This is.
This is all right.
This is a tasty treat.
It ain't worth the money.
No.
No.
Yeah.
No, this would be good if someone handed it to you.
Right.
Not good if you were like, not if you're handing it to somebody.
No.
Then you're losing money.
Free beer, bro.
Enjoy, bro.
Yeah. Party at the Moon Tower.
It's pretty good. So
Kegs are on the way.
they are. Dude, speaking of Post Malone, remember when Post Malone came out with those god-awful Crocs?
Yeah, those awesome Crocs, you mean?
The ones that sold out immediately?
Which ones
Yeah.
were they?
They had basically every tattoo on his face was across the Crocs.
Oh,
They were
okay.
like
They were
yellow.
bright yellow and had like
Yeah.
barbed wire and different crap.
Yeah,
It was
yeah.
all over. And they sold out like immediately.
Yeah.
They were charging
Like
Of course they did.
150 or
$80 to $100.
something.
It was something ridiculous for a pair of Crocs. They sold out immediately. Well,
It
now-
pisses me off that we can't come up with a quick way to make money off stupid people.
You mean us as in the 3 of
Yeah.
us? Yeah.
Like
we've been pushing
there's
the
full on
podcast.
Yeah.
there's full on retards doing it,
Yes.
and
You're like, why didn't I think of that?
yeah,
Yeah.
ugh.
It's tough. Well, there's a new Croc coming out
Is there
chasing stupid people.
really?
It looks pretty dumb.
Is it?
KFC Crocs.
It looks
Get
awful,
out of
dude.
here,
They literally have buckets for tread.
Pull
on
it
the
up
bottom.
on your phone
dude.
while we talk about it.
And it's
no,
got
they do
It's
not.
got a chicken leg on the top of it, but it's like an actual like in relief chicken leg, I think, on it.
It looks like a bucket of chicken. The top is the top part of the Croc is a piece of chicken, and the bottom part looks like the bucket around the side.
Can we get an asteroid?
Yeah.
I mean, just come on.
I
Bullseye.
think- I think
just
they're
right
scented.
smack
Here's the
dab.
best part: they smell like chicken.
Do they?
Yeah.
Yes, they do.
That is awesome.
Yes, they do.
Chicken and foot.
Yeah.
Like your dog ain't gonna eat those Crocs.
Chicken foot. Right.
And then, like they're gone.
Holy
And
shit.
they're-
We have scratch and sniff KFC Crocs.
KFC Crocs.
Yeah.
And they cost $60
Oh my
for
god.
a pair of KFC Crocs. They're coming out. They'll be
Do you
here.
get them as a part of your combo, or do you get them like just online?
You have to go seek them out. But the question will be, how quickly do these sell out?
You know they will.
Well, judging on society,
That's what I'm saying.
in a few hours.
Does it have a real looking piece of chicken attached to it?
Yes, that is the
Oh
problem.
my god!
What? Let me see this thing.
Dude, look at this thing.
Yeah, I would love to.
If my stupid phone will work, it like has a. I'll.
Here, I got a Google phone. It'll probably work.
Look at that.
Dude, it's got a real piece of chicken as a tongue.
Well, it doesn't. I mean, it's not a real piece of chicken.
Yeah,
but,
but-
yes, it's in relief. Like it's not part of the shoes. Like they added a
Yeah.
chicken leg to
Well,
it.
Crocs has like you can buy little dangles that you like can put through the holes.
Get out.
So that's probably one of them.
I mean, this is the ugliest Croc ever made, and it's going to sell.
Yeah,
This is unbelievable.
right.
Like we are in the day of bad shoes right now. There's because Troy sent in 3 topics. 3 of them were about shoes.
Really?
I
Yeah.
sent in more than 3, didn't I?
Shoe topics.
Oh,
I don't
okay.
know if you realized, but your
I
foot
did not.
your foot fetish is creeping
Yeah, through your news feed.
in the topics that you're sending because that's what they're sending you
Right.
because you like them. So you brought up
I actually don't have a foot fetish,
don't lie.
and I don't understand anyone that does.
I was going to say, isn't that weird?
Yeah, I can't.
But I will say, if you do have some hammer foot, I will notice and
Oh,
be
yeah.
like, Jesus. But there's no like.
So you have an anti-foot fetish, a bad
No,
foot.
I don't have
turn
any-
you off.
Will a bad foot turn you off?
Doesn't a bad foot turn everyone off?
I would think so.
Doesn't bother me.
No,
No.
but I'm talking about like a hammer foot.
Oh, I mean, there's a point of diminishing returns where your foot can get so fucked up where I go.
I mean, all right, yeah, it's not gonna like make or break a relationship, clearly, but
Yeah, like remember Boomerang? Like he had that hot ass girl, and then he pulled back the sheets, and she had the hammer toes, and he was like, "I'm out of here."
Yeah,
Like he bounced, and like I'm not that way. Like if everything else is good, I pull
Right.
it back, and your
I'm
foot's
actually
in that
jealous of
nightmare.
the
I'm
people
like,
who have the foot fetish because I'm like, you get to walk around all day long and just see your version of porn. Like you're seeing shit that turns you on all day. Summertime must be awesome for you.
living the
It's
dream.
super weird.
It's so weird.
Oh, it is odd.
Some Facebook friend of mine posted something, and she was like, that was like the first question she got on Tinder or something, was like, "You drop me a foot pic?" Like, what
Oh
the
my
fuck?
Dude,
Like-
the foot fetish people are out there in
Dude.
numbers too. It's crazy because you scroll through and it's like,
Probably right there along with like snake owners.
yeah, they're out there.
Yeah,
They're out there.
Right.
When you meet
There
them,
may be some parallels there if you had to ask me.
Well, it's like we were talking before the podcast. I got a group of friends. I'm not on Instagram, but I got a group of friends, and they send pictures of Instagram models all day long on these text messages. And me and another buddy are off the side going, "Why do they do this?" Like,
Yeah, where's all
I'd
the
rather,
dudes?
I'd rather. I said miles. I didn't say which
right,
ones.
yeah.
No, it's like obviously the hot Instagram chicks are hot,
No.
but there's still porn out there, right? There's still naked chicks. Like,
Yeah.
yes,
Like,
I get that.
Everybody stopped beating off to JCPenney magazines 30 years ago. What the fuck?
What are we doing? Like,
Yeah.
yes, those yoga pants are amazing, but do we need to see? There's like yoga pants daily Instagram or whatever it is, and it's like, okay, but there's still naked chick. Like, I can still get on my phone and see naked chicks.
Right.
Okay, let's go that route.
Yeah.
Like, I don't get it.
Yeah. Some like the mystery, I guess.
I guess.
Can we,
yeah.
have we talked about the guys in
God.
yoga pants lately? How many times have we talked about that? Many?
I don't think so.
Dude, what the fuck is that trend all about?
Are guys really wearing yoga pants?
They're in the gym all the time with tights
in the
on.
gym. Yeah, in the gym I see a lot of tights.
What is that all about?
I don't know.
Or
It
like-
takes a
Are they wearing
different.
shorts over them?
Yes.
Okay.
They're like,
so
I'm
what's the
so-
point of that?
I'm so tired of these girls being able to show off their bodies. I need to wear mine too.
But they usually do have shorts over the yoga pants.
And
But then that makes it even weirder.
But
Either
then
wear
it's just
pants
like
or don't.
compression pants, like you can run faster or heal better. I don't know what the logic is.
that ain't Miyagi,
Run
motherfucker.
faster.
Right. Yeah.
I don't know, dude. I don't
Miyagi
know.
proved his technology years ago.
Yeah,
That's
Miyagi
awesome.
Industries.
Yeah.
I don't know. Big Yoga is trying to get money from the rest of them.
I don't know. I almost took a picture for Instagram in Wawa the other day of this dude who was like fresh out the gym and he's wearing and they're like up high like the girls
Three-quarters, yeah.
wear them. And I'm
Yeah.
like, what are we doing?
Well, I mean, I just bought a pair of stirrup pants, but that's not weird, right? No, I'm just kidding.
Whatever.
I don't-
That sounds like something you would do.
Yeah, and
So
you
I
guys
wasn't
are
gonna-
like, I don't even know how to react because that's probably true. He's
Yeah.
probably
Yeah.
no. I don't have
It's got
stirrup.
several colors.
Not everything goes with everything.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I have noticed a lot more of that.
They're
in
all
gym,
over the gym.
for sure. Yeah,
Yeah.
guys are rocking them, but they always have the shorts on. What I haven't seen is someone looking like a ballet dancer yet. I haven't seen like the Barishnikovs running around.
Yeah.
That we haven't gotten there yet.
No.
It's got to be close.
It is.
Oh, it's coming. It's
Yeah.
coming. You get a face tattoo and some yoga pants, and boom, off to the races.
2021. Here we go.
Found my new CPA.
Oh my God.
Good luck.
So and then all right. So Troy
Good luck.
sent in another one
What?
about poop shoes.
Yeah, this article, I never in a million years would I have thought this was a thing, but I saw it in an article on the internet, and so it must be true.
That's the place.
Yeah.
People take in different shoes to their office, and then when they go take a shit, they put on their poop shoes, not for any hygiene reason, but because they don't want people looking under the stall and seeing your fucking
That it's Bob.
your boat shoes sitting there for 15 minutes blowing it up. So you're wearing your, Post Malone Crocs or whatever the hell your poop shoes are.
Yeah.
Can you believe that's a thing?
So
Are we sure this is a thing before I bust a blood vessel? Like this isn't just the one writer who was like, "This is what I do."
So I do know this. I've sat down before, like when in an office setting, and been taking a deuce and looked down and seen the shoes next to me.
Oh yeah,
and been like, "Oh, it's Ralph."
yeah.
But,
And
right,
like, been like-
I've done that
and
too,
been
but
like-
no one cares.
And then I'll mess with Ralph, right?
Yeah.
I'll
Yeah.
be like, "Excuse me, I'm out of toilet paper over here," and like kind of like mess with the guy, and then be like,
Yeah,
"I'm
yeah.
just fucking
Yeah.
with you, Ralph." So I've seen that, but I didn't know people were honestly bringing in new shoes. I guess it makes sense if you're like neurotic about people knowing that you took a crap.
So call me crazy, but wouldn't everyone just start to realize that Ralph has New Balance that he wears to the shitter?
Yeah.
Yeah, like, oh, New Balance, Ralph's in here.
Yeah.
Unless you
Especially,
have multiple shoes, poop shoes.
Unless, especially like I'm
A steady rotation of poop shoes.
Yeah.
I've had these for 2 weeks. Gotta get rid of them.
Yeah.
But like,
Got to keep the coworkers guessing.
especially like if you're wearing like business casual like dress shoes, then you're putting on your New Balances or your Asics. It's like you're walking down the hall in your khakis and
Yeah, what's worse, running into the president of the company in the bathroom and you look like you got dressed like a retard?
Why are you wearing slippers?
Nice
in the
outfit,
rest-
Kennedy.
Yeah. Oh, sorry, boss man. These are my poop shoes. I like the cut of your jib, Ralph. You're getting the promotion.
Exactly. Put it on the table with the others, Griswold.
I love that people are so neurotic.
Hallelujah!
Yeah.
Holy shit!
I love that people
Where's
are so
the Tylenol?
neurotic. They're just like, I can't let anyone know I poop.
Yeah, that is so weird to me.
Yeah. God forbid you poop.
Right.
We all poop. There's a book about it. Children read it.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
I could not believe that was a thing. I was like, we have to talk about that.
When
on
That
the
is
podcast.
odd, man.
When you sent in the article, all
You
I
went and
saw
bought
was
poop
the-
shoes?
You were pooping?
No, I thought it was funny because I have a pair of poop shoes, but it's not like I didn't know that it was worn like people would wear poop shoes into the stall. When I saw the headline, like new trend poop shoes, I was like, so funny this came up. I have a pair of poop shoes. Now my poop shoes are I wear Converse when I'm walking around a lot in the yard because Converse don't have a lot
Come
of
right
like-
off. No
Yeah.
tread.
Yeah, there's like felt in the tread.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so poop does not get all up in the grooves. And so if you step in poop in Converse, you can just literally scrape it in the grass and it's clean as a whistle and
Yeah.
you're going
Yeah.
about your day. So when I saw the article, I was like, what are the odds? Because I have a pair of poop shoes. Then I was like, oh, nope. It's people with a whole different neurosis. I'm just a guy too lazy to pick up all the poop.
You just walk through the yard with your head up, chest out,
Yeah.
loving it.
Yeah, because I got my poop shoes on.
Yeah, don't care.
Now I got to come up with a new name for them because poop shoes are apparently for people who are too insecure.
How about
to
shit
know.
kickers?
No, but
No,
shit
that would-
kickers are steel toes.
that would never stick. When I first saw
And
the
it doesn't
article,
stick to Converse.
when I first saw the article and started reading, it's like people bring in a second pair of shoes. I was like, oh, this is like the hand sanitizer movement to the nth degree. Like, I'm walking in this bathroom with these shoes. I'm not trying to take them home. You know, I thought it was a
Right.
a clean thing, and then I'm like reading the article. I'm like, oh, this is totally different.
Yeah.
Not that I would have been on board with
I-
the changing of the shoes to.
I did see a friend of mine from high school that posted something, and it was like somebody had taken their tumbler into the bathroom at work, and they were like, can you believe that? And like 30 comments of people that were like, that's the grossest thing I've ever seen. And I'm like over here like, what?
Yeah.
I've taken beers in the bathrooms
Oh, yeah.
thousands of times.
I have been ridiculed for that exact thing.
Really?
Yeah, absolutely.
Why? Like,
There
what's
was-
weird about that? I feel like
There's nothing weird about it.
nothing.
So I one time was at a some quick service restaurant, right? And I had like my cup. And I took it in the bathroom. Now I didn't even I actually put it over here on the sink
Yeah.
Yeah.
and then I peed.
Yeah.
And then I picked it up off the sink and I went back out.
Yeah.
And they were like, did you just take your drink in the bathroom? And I got crushed. Like
Really?
They were like, there's fecal
Are
matter
these by
in the
people that
air.
I know or
No, this was like a work situation, so
Yeah,
it was even
makes
worse.
sense.
Like it was even worse
Yeah.
though because these are professional people, you know. Like so they're like that's disgusting. You took your drink in there. I honestly, since that day, now that I know people are so offended by that action, I will be like, hey, will you watch my drink? Because I always like to refill and take a drink
Yeah.
to go.
Yeah.
So now I'm like, hey, watch my drink. I'm going to the bathroom because I don't want to hear it.
I'd rather take
So
the
many-
drink in the bathroom
Yeah.
with me and leave it out for some animals to do God knows what.
That
to it.
was my logic.
Yeah,
you
R.H.
know?
Shafir's
Dude,
around.
I went to yeah, exactly. I went to
No
a
shit.
I went to a show a couple weeks ago. Fucking drinking 20-ounce beers all fucking night. I had to piss like 4 times. I take the fucking beer in the bathroom,
Of
balance
course.
it on top of the
Yes.
fucking urinal plunger. The
Yeah, at the top where the big
yeah.
bolt is.
Yeah, exactly.
Perfect for a
Yeah.
beer.
Yeah, it sits right there. I'm like,
And like, but to logically take the like, it's the stupidest theory because then it's like that's like saying you should change your clothes every time you go to the bathroom.
Yeah.
Oh, we'd all
Like,
have pink eye. If
right.
this was real.
It's the
we'd all
stupidest
have
fucking
pink
thing
eye.
I've ever
same
heard.
people that keep their toothbrushes right next to the sink, which
Right.
is right next to the toilet.
Right.
Yeah,
those
how is
people.
that any grosser?
Yeah.
Your toothbrush is in your bathroom. But
Yeah.
I got crushed for it, so I'm not shocked that all these
Like
people
shit's
came out the
being
woodwork.
thrown into a fan in the bathroom, exploding
Ain't
everywhere.
that how you shit?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Y'all must have different bathrooms than me. What the fuck, man? Like, shit goes down different in my house, apparently. We go in the bowl, the round bowl. You know what I mean?
Oh, you're one of those?
yeah.
You're one of those.
This guy's a bullshitter.
Look at this guy. He shits in the bowl.
Yeah. Like your grandparents taught you?
I'm dying.
Holy shit, dude.
Dude, did you see there was a video?
You dropped the image of shitting in your hand and throwing it in the fan. I'm sorry. Beer came out my right nostril. I sat
Oh, my
down.
God. Like, what the fuck? Like, what's going on in these bathrooms that these people are in?
Did you see the clip? I saw it a couple months ago. It must have been on like World Star or Reddit or something. It was this dude talking to this girl, and I don't know where the interview picks up. I don't know. They were talking about taking a shit, and the guy was like, "Yeah, but everybody touches shit every day anyway." And she's like, "No," and he's like, "Yeah, you do. You just don't know." She's like, "No." He's like, "Yeah, when you grab it." She's like, "What are you talking about?" He's like, "When you take a shit into your hand."
I saw this
she's
interview.
She's like,
I know what you're
he's
talking
like,
about.
you have the toilet paper, but you shit in your hand. She's like,
He thought toilet paper was to put in your hand, then you shit in your hand, and then you crumble it up and chuck it.
No, it didn't.
Yeah.
he's like, you don't catch the shit before it goes in the toilet. And you saw it wash over his
Yeah,
face.
like he realized-
he was doing it wrong his whole
No.
life.
Yeah.
Yes.
No.
Like
Yes.
it's
Wait a minute. What is
hilarious.
this back
It's
train?
on,
of?
it was on World Star, but it was a podcast, but it was being videoed.
Yeah.
And this guy's like, he's being dead serious.
Legitimately,
Yeah.
he's not fucking playing.
Yeah, because like at first
Or
he
he's
says,
the best actor I've ever
ever.
seen because
Right.
you saw his face literally. She was like, no, you just shit in the bowl. And his fucking mind exploded. dude.
I need to watch this.
Yes.
Yeah.
I don't even understand what the logic is in catching it and putting it in like to avoid splash. I don't know. Yeah, we'll play it for you after this.
The
It's
poor dude lived like 25 years.
Yeah.
Just wrong.
Oh God, dude.
he probably had an older sibling who
Yeah.
was just like, let me help you out here. Here's how this goes down.
Dude, we have had like a sleepover at the house where one of the kids' friends was there, and one of them put shit paper in the trash can.
Oh, no.
So I think
gross.
one of them's on that same Raised by Wolves shit.
Don't want to fill the outhouse too soon or
Right?
something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't have working water.
Exactly.
That's sad.
Yeah, it
It was
is.
years ago that I found out that not everybody stands in wipes.
Yeah, I remember. I think we talked about
Yeah.
that one time on
In
the
like
podcast.
year 2. Yeah, because I'm a standing wiper. And,
Yeah.
and always will be. And the first time I brought that up, it was like that same moment of terror because
I think it was our kid's friend that was in the loincloth, but I'm not sure.
Line them up. Going down. Not you, not you.
Which one of you
Bro.
was it?
hey,
He
you
got
went-
barefoot and flies around his house. Jim, it's your ass, wasn't it?
Jim, the poop shoes isn't fixing the problem, buddy. It's the fact that you're shitting in your hand.
So you didn't bring anything else to wear?
He puts on a toga and New Balance and goes in the
Holy
bathroom. Oh, this is my shit outfit.
Yeah.
No second loincloth? You're just going to rock that one?
Nothing. Okay. Fine. We like Jim. Invite him back.
Yeah, he's all right.
Yeah.
A little weird.
Right.
Oh, God.
Imagine going to his poor house.
Yeah.
You're in there taking a shit, and it's like his bathroom just reeks of shit paper.
Right. It's got the 3 seashells, and you don't know what to do.
Oh man.
Yeah, I'm about to show you that after the podcast, dude. That is,
Please.
No one's gonna come on this show. Right? Like we need more guests. Well, we talk about poop.
Yeah.
All right, the last.
But
shoe.
it makes us, dude, have you noticed, though, that it makes us laugh the most?
Because we're children.
Yes.
We are
deep down. And not even deep down, but right on the surface.
not very deep.
Yeah, dude.
Oh,
Surprisingly,
my God.
that actually drew up a memory in my mind of a bathroom experience in a hotel.
God.
That's the most spinning drop ever.
Yeah.
Oh fuck! All right, there was one more shoe story. It's just not. It's not going to go south.
Oh, one more poo story?
No, there's thousands of those. I'm having a real hard time here. This woolly's
man.
really hot.
Yeah.
So there's a shoe.
Yeah, my face.
Yeah.
My face is flush.
So this one's. I don't see how this one could go off the rails. So I'm kind of glad this is where we're headed. Nike finally came out with their self-tying shoes. They came out with it last year, like to look like the Back to the Future, like where
Yeah.
they were self-lacing.
Ah.
They now have the Nike 2.0s, and there were guys wearing them at the All-Star game.
Yeah.
Like they're actually
Really?
they're shoes that are tied to an app on your phone. And you tie your shoes with your app.
That's crazy.
You just increase the tightness or loosen them up right there from your phone, which
Is there
means
like a motor in the shoe or something? Like
I guess so. It's like tightening up. Have you ever seen the like snowboard boots have these things called like a BOA system?
yeah.
It's
I
like
had
a
a pair.
dial.
Yeah.
You know? And I'm assuming it's just a little dial on the inside, but dude, you only see 2 little laces overlapping that are exposed. Everything else is like inside the shoe. It actually looks pretty cool. Apparently they're fairly heavy, but
Yeah.
but apparently the technology is here. So we now have Back to the Future self-lacing Nikes.
Thank God.
You know what really
See,
changed?
I knew we couldn't
One
go
more
anywhere
thing.
fucked up.
One more thing I can do with my iPhone.
You know what? Yeah.
That's what I need.
One more app.
Yeah.
You know what really changed the game in the tennis shoe thing for me was when they
Reebok pumps.
yeah
Poop shoes?
when they finally just figured out the tongue where they could like hook the tongue on both sides so
On
the
the
tongue
inside?
yeah,
Yeah.
so like
Yeah.
you kind of slide your foot in there anyway. You're like, why didn't they do that forever? Like the old tongues that would like literally flip all out,
Yeah.
slide all down to both sides. Like what the hell is this thing?
Yeah.
My poop shoes, my Converse, they had like the old school tongue, and I didn't realize how far tongue technology had come.
Yeah.
And every time I put them on, I'm like, my damn tongue is all folded up or
Yep.
like off to the side or way down by my toes. I'm like, this is ridiculous. Like old technology.
That's what
Yeah.
like Converse to not change at all.
Right.
Oh wait, that's exactly what
yeah,
Converse
that's
does.
precisely. Converse hasn't changed anything since Bob Cousy was representing them.
Exactly.
The worst basketball shoe ever. We'll just
Exactly.
keep going with
Hey,
it.
boss, should we put some arch in these shoes a little bit? Get that kid out of here.
You're fired.
Exactly.
Beat it, Adidas.
Yeah. They're polling really well. Arches, people seem to love them.
Get out of here.
I know canvas has worked for 100 years. And
Yeah.
I'm not saying we go away from canvas.
Right.
Maybe something else to support the canvas. No.
Right.
Get out.
Exactly.
Chuck Taylor would roll over in his grave.
Yeah.
Bullshit.
With 2 broken ankles.
Yeah.
Oh, you guys are cracking me up this episode. You think it's because Stu's not here? Oh, my God. Before I said it, he pointed at the other mic. Troy, you're a mean man.
Yeah.
You're a mean man.
You said it.
Yeah, because I'm a dick. But you're
I'm the
mean.
bad guy.
Yeah, because you wouldn't say it to his face. See, I just did.
No. We love Stu.
I hope he's having a good day.
Yes.
Yeah.
Slanging houses.
Yep.
He's missed. He's missed. We're a little early, but we could wrap this thing.
Did we hit
What
all
else
of our
we got?
topics?
Oh, you want to keep rolling?
I don't give a fuck.
There's a lot out there. Actually, no. No, there's not a whole lot out there. Now that I'm looking over all the stuff.
I do want to talk about the one thing on there.
Well, go for it.
The plane video thing. Like that you saw that, right?
I did.
Or
The
the
dudes are-
lady
I didn't
lady
read
was-
the story, but I saw like a 10-second clip of the
Yeah,
video.
so I'm kind
Give
of
it to us, Troy.
I didn't read the story either.
Shit. Okay, I'm back. I was gonna go. Well, then you grab me a beer.
All right, you
take
sum
a
it
course.
up.
I saw this chick filming this dude, and he's just straight speed bagging the back of her
Which
seat.
beer do you want?
Light. Yeah. So of the I fly a lot, and of the things that I consider like
Adios.
time to get the coolers. Hola, adios. Plane etiquette's a real thing, and I have to deal with it now. And I don't like to be a flyer, but I'm out there a lot, so I gotta.
Fortunately, etiquette's out the fucking window anyway, so this doesn't surprise me.
But a lot of people, there is a huge rift in the do you recline your seat category on planes. Like people get
No, there's not.
I don't understand
You
the
do.
no. Who's
Yeah.
the no people?
there are so many people. If you talk to flyers,
Yeah.
this is like cut down the middle, no gray area, black and white. Go fuck yourself.
You have to make it comfortable, to make it.
No, but you see, the people who are like anti-recline, they're like, fuck you for putting your comfort over mine because you're now impeding on my space.
Isn't everyone more comfortable reclined?
But isn't
Yes.
isn't it the airline that impeded on their space?
The airline crammed everything in and then still allowed you to
yeah.
recline.
Right.
So, look, I think you can recline. I don't get butthurt when someone does recline.
yeah.
And I recline sometimes, but you know what I do? And I doubt they know this, but I recline to a halfway point. I go back, and then I
Come back up?
I come
Oh.
back up. And I almost do that so that if they see the optics of it, I go
Yeah.
back, and then I creep forward a little bit. So in case they are paying attention, they're like, this guy didn't completely.
We're
but-
throwing around the recline term very loosely because if you've ever been on a plane,
Yeah, it's
you
three-
go back
it's 2
fucking
inches.
2 inches.
Yeah.
It's 2
so
inches.
it's not even if someone quote unquote reclines, they're not impeding your comfort level.
Yeah, because your fold down tray still
Yeah,
operates the
everything still
same.
works.
Yeah.
Everything's still there, unless
Yeah.
you're a big fatty, and now you got a problem. Like you have
Right.
come into my space, and that
Yeah.
does create a bit of an issue. So this guy apparently was sitting there, and he was eating his food, and the woman in front of him reclined, which caused the tray to come back towards him, and he said something. He said, "Hey, ma'am, I'm eating, and I can't. The tray's like
That's
into me."
Yeah.
that's inappropriate for him to say.
Look, if he's uncomfortable, I mean, you can say something. You're allowed to say something.
You're allowed to communicate, yes, but I would if I was him and someone reclined, like Ely just
Suck
alluded
it
to.
up. You're on the plane for 2
Yes.
damn hours.
Right.
And by the way, the tray still works. It's not in your fucking way. You're looking for trouble. You're looking to be a dick.
Yeah.
So he said, look, I need you to go up. I'm eating. So she did. She moved her seat back up.
She's a saint.
Well, he finished eating. He put his tray up. She noticed it. She reclined. So then he proceeded to punch the back of her chair and slap the sides of it for the rest of the flight, which was a 2-hour flight, which isn't even that long.
Just a full on douche.
Like you're inconvenienced for 45 minutes at this point.
yeah.
What's more inconveniencing than having someone recline
Punching
into
it.
your
Punched?
space? Hitting it repeatedly for an hour.
Yeah.
If
you're-
you gave me money and said
Punch this.
punch this seat for an hour, the person in front of you won't even care.
Yeah.
I'll give you $100. I'll be like, go fuck yourself.
Right.
I'm
It's not
not
cool.
not gonna sit here and do that.
Yeah.
That's annoying.
Right.
It makes no sense to me. And then she pulls her phone out and starts videoing him, and he's looking at it, the phone,
While doing it.
while doing it like she's in the wrong still.
Yeah.
And I'm like, you're a grown up, dude. What
That
in
is
the actual
weird.
fuck?
In the end, the airline sided with him.
that
Why?
sets
I don't know.
me
They're the
off.
ones who put the recliners in. If you don't want people to recline,
She must have been bitchy or something.
that's the thing that isn't shown. It's her
Yes.
video, right?
Yeah.
So she shows the part that she wants
good
you
part.
to see.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like she goes, you know what? Maybe I'll stop singing 99 bottles of beer on the wall
Right.
and start recording
Yeah,
now.
yeah.
And then she does
Or
it.
she cussed him up one side and down the other, and then threw it
Yeah,
back.
yeah,
yeah.
now he's furious.
Yeah.
So we don't know the whole story, and we never
And as
will.
much as I do dislike the airline, they generally tend to do like they're going to make a logical decision in that situation.
Yeah, and apparently she reached out to them for like 2 weeks on DM. Like, hey, I need this address because she's saying she's got back pains, neck pains, the whole nine. And they were like,
J.G. Wentworth.
so they were blowing her off. So she was like, I'm going to have to go public with this. And they're like, with what?
Yeah.
She was like, this video of this asshole beating my chair. So now they're in
But I mean, I
trouble.
feel like the airline's right. Like what with what?
Yeah.
Like Your video only shows that this guy's a douche.
Yeah.
It shows nothing
How
to
is
do
it
with
the
our
air-
airline.
Yeah, what could the airline do to?
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Right
think
that
she
wrong.
wanted him to stop, which clearly he should. I mean,
Yeah, I guess
if
that's a
your
good
child's kicking my chair, I'm going to turn around and say something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, ma'am, your child's kicking my chair.
And really, the stewardess shouldn't have to, the flight attendants, whatever they're called, but they have every right to go up to the person and say, "Sir, that's inappropriate.
Yeah,
We're gonna
that's
have
right.
to ask you to stop."
They
Yeah.
should do that.
That's the common courtesy here. How about, ma'am, could you put your seat up? This guy's obviously a cunt.
Yeah.
And, sir, if you hit her chair again, we're going to have to banish you from American Airlines.
Yeah.
Whatever the hell. I mean,
Yeah.
there's a way to deal with it where both sides win.
Right.
And it's like, look, I got him. Like, he's on thin ice.
It
And
all goes
let's
back
not
to
instigate
common
it anymore.
courtesy, though. That's the problem. Like,
Right.
he shouldn't need to be told anything. He should know he shouldn't do that. Like, that's childish.
Dude, he's a child.
Yeah.
Quite literally, that is the child move.
Yeah.
And children do that all the time on flights, and it's
Oh, yeah.
annoying as shit. I've
He probably
never-
did it as a kid.
Yeah.
His
And no
parents
one
high-fived
popped him in the mouth.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, someone needs to pop him in the mouth.
Yeah, exactly.
And she shouldn't be singing 99 bottles of beer on the wall.
Right.
Whatever the hell. And we
He
don't
sounds
know
like,
what happened.
He sounds like the type of dude, too, that, like, if Terry Crews was sitting in front of him, he'd still be doing it.
Right.
Being like, hit me. Please
Yeah,
hit
yeah.
me. I dare you to hit me.
You know, the funny thing is they haven't found the dude. Now, when this comes out, they probably will have figured it out because you can see his face clearly.
Yeah.
But the airline won't release who it is. And her big thing is, tell me who it is. And they're like, why would I? You're all fired up.
Yeah.
Why would I give you this dude's information? Like, regardless of if he's an
Well,
asshole.
they can't give her
Yeah,
that
he
information.
was a customer.
Yeah.
Like, we're gonna not do this. But yeah, she's kicking and screaming.
I just can't imagine being that dude and acting in that manner and then just knowing she's videoing you the whole time and you're just like, yeah, I'm still going to keep doing it. Like,
In this day and age, when someone pulls their phone up and points it at you,
yes.
yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
ma'am. You
'Cause
tighten up quick.
Now whether or not
you
he
don't
was
want that.
Now whether or not he was right or wrong, he looks like an idiot.
Yeah.
Yeah, tighten up. Like, just forget it. Whatever's happening, you're being recorded. This doesn't end well for you.
Yep.
That's why cops don't like it when all the phones come up. They're like,
Oh, yeah.
whatever I do right now,
Yeah.
there's going to be a 5-second clip where I'm going to look real bad.
Yep.
And then it changes everyone's demeanor and how they're handling the situation, which can actually be to the detriment of the situation.
Yeah.
If you won't let the people do their job. That's a whole other diatribe. But when someone starts recording, tighten up.
Yep.
It's a little pro tip for you. Because no one records shit for fun.
No. And as we've seen on many occasions, you can edit that video to
Yeah.
and sometimes you don't even have to edit it. Like that kid in the MAGA hat that was standing
Dude,
in
if you watch the whole video, I didn't know that. So I'd
Yeah.
only seen the
Yeah.
little video, right? And I'm like,
Yep.
kid looks like he's kind of being a dick.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then it turns out he's like this, like he's like freaked out in the moment.
Yeah,
And
he's
got
just
he's got that
standing there.
awkward teenage smirk. Oh
Yeah.
damn, I didn't realize that. Like with context, very different.
Yeah.
It's tough, man. You know what I've started hearing? This is pretty common now. If you go do an interview, like athletes when they go in to talk to ESPN or something, so they bring out the recorder, right? Or they start videotaping. Athletes now have been advised, and this is really smart, to take out their phone and record the entire interview.
Oh, yeah.
So they start recording. They put theirs down right on the table, and you'll start to see it. Like you'll see a phone
Yep.
in the interviews because they want to make sure that they have all the context.
Get
and all
edited, yeah.
Because you're going to get edited into sounding like you said something, and you need to be able to defend yourself.
Right.
That's a crazy time we live in.
It is.
I know people who record conversations all the time with their phones because
Really?
they don't want to be
Yeah.
misconstrued or taken out of turn.
Yeah.
Have you seen that show, The Pharmacist?
I have not.
No, what is
Have
it?
you seen? Do you know what
I'm not,
of
I'm
it?
not familiar
I know
with
It's
it.
nothing
on
about it.
Netflix. It's
Okay.
called The Pharmacist, and this dude was that way. Basically, his son died buying crack, and he like went on this rampage to solve the opioid crisis. He was a pharmacist; that was his job, and he
Is
started
this like a real
total real,
documentary?
yeah,
Okay.
yeah. But that's how he was. Like he was filming, like addicted to filming and taping everything. So
In
a
this day and
lot
age,
of good
it's-
audio.
It's not a horrible idea
Yeah,
to like, if you're going to do an interview, get the actual recording.
Yeah.
Because we could sit here, we could take today's episode, I could reduce it to 20 minutes of the most vile stuff you've
Oh,
ever
for sure.
heard,
Yeah.
as opposed to the poop 10 minutes, which was rather vile. but you could take things out of context because we've touched on some subjects today. If you spliced it up, You could make someone look really, really
Well,
bad.
and too, like just you could take an audio medium and convert it to the written word, and you don't know. It could be the same saying, but without inflection or intent, sounds totally different.
Do you see this Jim Carrey the other day? This just happened like last week. Well, it'll be 2 weeks when this comes out. And the lady interviewing him at the red carpet for the Sonic the Hedgehog premiere said something to the effect of, "You've done so much with your life. What is left on your bucket list?" And he said, "Just you." Now, the context of it was, just you, we've done this. I
Yeah.
mean, this is everything.
Yeah.
They took it. Boom. They put it in writing, just you.
Yeah.
Now he's this sexist asshole who was talking about banging
Now he's
her.
trying
Right.
to get it. Yeah.
And he's come out and been like, I honestly was joking around. Like, I've done everything. I don't have a lot of things
Yeah.
on my bucket list, so I was making a joke. Now that you've interviewed me,
That's
I've
it.
reached the
Yeah.
pinnacle.
Yeah.
They edited it. They took it out, put just you, and boom, now he's this misogynist and getting beat up. Now, who knows if this was just a good spin because the words kind of worked out that it could have
Yeah.
been about the interview.
Yeah.
But it happened. In that moment, they took it, they put it in writing, scumbag. But
now he's gonna go out there and explain himself.
but there were 3 more sentences after it that, had they been left in there,
yeah.
points a lot more to
We would know
talking
this if
about
it was
the-
Rosie O'Donnell interviewing him.
Yeah, we would.
Yeah.
Bring
She
her
still
back.
be spinning it like he totally wants to hit it.
Yeah.
Like,
Exactly.
No,
Who
no one
doesn't?
does.
Right.
Who
Hey,
doesn't?
what?
Wow, we already had a whole episode about me wanting to do Roseanne. Why shouldn't I be doing Rosie?
Good point.
Sold.
You should work on that.
Wish a motherfucker
I think
would.
these are attainable goals.
Yeah.
I'm married, Troy.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
Married. Now, if I was single, boy howdy.
married to the streets.
That's why I'm getting this face tattoo.
Yeah.
That's right.
Roseanne Barr on one cheek.
I think
Rosie
Drake,
on
I
the
think
other.
Drake got a Nike Air Jordan tattoo on his face the other day.
No.
Yeah,
Really?
Drake?
yeah, pretty sure.
Canadian?
What?
Yeah,
That doesn't seem like something a Toronto guy would do.
pretty sure it was a. I know it's a famous rapper.
What, has he
So-
just been to child labor?
I do not know.
I didn't know he wrote like that. It's messed up. Now look at you two just Googling away, dying to see the swoosh on Drake's face. I don't believe it's true.
That doesn't seem like he would do that.
I feel like during all my face tattoo research, this would have come up a dozen
Yeah.
times.
Nah, this just pulled up the girl that got Drake on her forehead.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, it was not Drake. It was Chris Brown.
Really?
Oh, yeah, that adds up. Chris Brown did just get a new face tattoo
Oh,
because he did show
my.
up in my feed.
I was wrong. Sorry, Drake. My bad.
Are they Kobe's by chance?
I think they're Jordans. Oh yeah, but Kobe has a Jordan, right? And
They're trying to change that too, aren't they? The logo.
Yeah, I heard they wanted to change the
They
logo.
wanted to put so
to
somebody
Kobe's profile.
somebody did get a Kobe one. I don't know if the person was famous enough, but someone got a Kobe in like the NBA
Yeah.
thing. So it's like someone got that likeness. There's a lot of people getting them.
Oh yeah.
I mean, it looks like a little baby shoe right by your ear. That's a good look.
My favorite tattoo I ever saw. I had a friend who worked with me, and he decided to do a jail tattoo, do it himself, and he loved Molson Ice,
Mm-hmm.
and so Molson Ice has this like Nike swoosh and then says Ice, and so he wrote it on his arm, doing the jail tattoo. The fucking thing says lice. Like
That's
clearly
hilarious.
100% says lice.
Wow.
And he comes into work one day and he's like, check this out.
It's
And
so dope.
And he's showing it to me. And I'm like, you wrote lice on your arm? And he's like, no, dude, it's Molson Ice. It's the ice. And
That's
I'm
hilarious.
I'm like, bro, your arm says lice. Like 100% lice. And I called him lice for the rest of our tenure together, working together.
He didn't want to murder you.
He probably did. He's probably one of those guys that could still be out there looking for me, which is why I'm not on a lot of social media, because I ridiculed him to no end with lice. I'd like to. No, I should find him one day. No, I shouldn't apologize. He wrote lice on his arm.
That's on him.
Yeah, I remember the first time he showed it, I was in my parents' driveway, so he knows where we live. I was
Uh-oh.
like, oh, dude, you wrote lice. That's not good.
Yeah.
It's not good at all. It was pretty weak. Pretty weak. You know what else is weak, Troy?
What?
I think the lack of reviews.
For sure, the lack of reviews and sharing
We need
and downloads.
we need more subscribers, more downloads. You know how you can help us with that? Cincinnati swap some people. Turn some people onto it. How about when someone asks, what are you listening to? Do us a favor. Say Inside the Pallet House.
I feel like Cincinnati swapping is just as much effort as reviewing.
Very
Probably,
little.
yeah.
So just
You take their
review.
phone, boom.
Or
Done.
how about on your own phone? You don't even have to take somebody else's phone.
That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We could use the downloads. We're going to start pushing this more because I think Troy and I have been talking about it. We want to get
We need some
want to
help,
get
guys.
downloads up. We want to keep the energy level high where it should be. So please do review.
You want to keep hearing this poop talk?
Yeah.
You're gonna have to play with
Interact
us.
with the show on our Facebook page or reach out to us at InsideThePalletHouse@gmail.com. Send some love to the Nectar Sunglasses Company. Drop ITPH in the coupon code. Get the 30% off. A lot of different ways you can support us. You can hit us up on Instagram at ITPH Podcast or Twitter at ITPH Podcast. Boy, you can DM Ely on Instagram and make fun of my at. That seems to be a popular.
You can Venmo us money.
You Venmo us money
Shelby.
Yeah.
at Inside the Pallet House.
At Inside the Pallet House.
That's
on
true.
Venmo.
You can always Venmo us money. The last one is still Jay.
Yep.
I'll send Jay another shout out. That's my guy. So thank you guys so much for tuning in. We'll be talking to you next week. Cheers.
Cheers. That was a pretty good podcast, don't you think?